收睇10點直播 live at 11 PM。唔好意思啊，琴晚因為有外景要行，所以就琴日唔能夠做直播。不過我會盡量 even 我哋拍外景嘅話咧，我哋都會試下喺現場做直播。今日嘅節目咧，就我哋會係個繼續嘅別野架度睇下我哋呢一批小麻雀佢哋點樣做個行動，點樣贊成。咁另外咧就係啱過去禮拜日咧，我哋參加咗一個 Independence Day 嘅第一次世界大戰團結100週年嘅紀念活動，咁就拍咗個過程，咁大家分享下加拿大點樣去紀念懷念翻嗰個和平大戰嘅第一次世界大戰團結100週年嗰個紀念活動。好，咁我哋加個片。
Spoken. For all the peoples walk, each in the name of its God, but we will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever. And also from the same writer, in the 6th chapter and verse 8. He has told you, O mortal, what is good. What does the Lord require of you but to do justice? In and out of season, you have been present with your people. In times of poverty and prosperity, in times of sorrow and joy, as we gather again at this place and at this time of remembrance, we recall those who gave their lives in war that we might live in freedom and peace. Of the women, men, and families of the armed forces. We remember those whose bodies, minds, and souls were scarred in battle, and whose lives will forever bear the wounds of war. We remember the pride and the folly that often leads to war. We remember those who make and keep peace. We remember those who fell in war, whom we have known and loved, and who now dwell in the eternal peace.
The poppies blow between the crosses row on row that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly. Scars heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow.
Laughed and we were left, and now we lie in Flanders field. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from falling hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep through poppies grow in Flanders field.
I invite you all to sing, but there's a typo. The first line is from Abide With Me, so we'll skip that. Oh God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. Under the shadow of thy throne, thy saints have dwelt secure. Sufficient is thine arm alone, and our defense is sure. Thou art God, while troubles last, and our eternal home. Amen.
Done! Done!
Ace! Stand easy!
I'm actually going to get Sheila to read this.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember that.
A letter. Dear Sir, for some time past, the Imperial Government have been making inquiries in relation to those men of the 1st Newfoundland Regiment who have been reported missing since the action of the 1st of July, 1916. Who have been reported missing since the action of that day. I very much regret to state, however, that from the correspondence which has taken place, a copy of which I enclose, it is evident that none of them are prisoners of war in Germany, and the authorities are therefore reluctantly forced to the conclusion that all these gallant men, whose names are given in the enclosed list, and one of whom was very dear to you, were killed in that fateful action on the 1st of July. I desire to express to you, on behalf of the government, as well as for myself, the sincerest sympathy in this time of sorrow. We feel the loss of your loved ones, but it will be, no doubt, more solation to you to think that he, for whom you now mourn, willingly answered the call of king and country, did his part nobly, and fell, facing the foe, in defense of the principles of righteousness, truth, and liberty. Though he was laid down the earthly weapons of warfare, he now wears the soldier's crown of victory, and his name will be inscribed upon the glorious soil of honor and be held in fragrant memory by all his fellow countrymen. When the victory is won and peace again reigns upon the earth, it will be an achievement he bore no small part. I trust that you may have the grace and consolation of the great Father of us all at this time. With sincere sympathy, believe me to be your obedient servant.
Good morning. All our veterans on parade. I appreciate you guys showing up. It's been quite an honor to serve as your parade marshal. Just to give myself, I'll give you a little background on myself. I grew up on Carville Road, just down the road. As a young lad, watching this parade. And then later on, I ended up joining the Air Cadets, where I served the full term, retired as Chief Warrant Officer of the Squadron back in 1978. After taking a few years off, I ended up joining the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, 1st Battalion. And it's glad to see a couple of my brothers out here. Absolutely. I have served on this parade for the last 25 years. I've seen many of my friends, many of my comrades and veterans are no longer with me. This year, I have moved up out of the area, so I'll be no longer doing this parade, but I'm sure honored, and it's been a privilege to serve as your parade marshal. Thank you very much.
The Hill, as many communities throughout the country, saw young men enlist in the armed forces and older men devote increasing amounts of time to the patriotic cause here at home. Canadian divisions fought on Somme in 1916, captured Vimy Ridge, Hill 70, and Passchendaele in 1917, and then fought the 100-day campaign that won the Great War. A total of 89 Richmond Hill residents served in this war, and 6 of those young men were killed in action. And their names are here with us today, and others that were wounded. They're all heroes every day. In 1918, the council of the day here in Richmond Hill, under the leadership of Reeve William Pugsley, raised the idea of erecting a memorial to those who served. As the new Richmond Hill Public School had been recently built, which is the Kodicke Center behind us here, it's an ideal spot for the memorial, and also would impart such attributes as duty and sacrifice and honor to the youthful and adult minds of the day, and today to those that have chosen Richmond Hill as their home. This memorial arch was unveiled in 1923. I'm joined here by Richmond Hill resident William Ho, a world-renowned sculptor and an artist, and we are going to, in a moment, unveil a statue as a memorial to all veterans here at this cenotaph. William, would you say a few words?
First of all, we would like to thank God for creating all of us and giving us his attribute of love and courage, so that our brave men and women could defend humanity and our freedom, so that hope could be given to all mankind, Canadians, and generations to come. And that's why we have named this statue Love, Courage, and Hope. We will dedicate this statue to our everlasting God. It has been the love of God that gave us the courage and hope, so that we can continue to serve the world, Canada, and every one of us with our best. And the best is, for all of us, is not how much we can gain from this world, but how much we can give from our hearts, from God. Remember this hope from God. Love will live as we all live to love from God. May God bless all of us. Amen.
Your statue, your veteran soldier, who commemorates and represents the many veterans from Richmond Hill in the First World War, Second World War, other conflicts that Canada has taken part in, and many peacekeeping missions that Canada has participated in to assure the freedom of this great country, our freedom. Please welcome our veteran. Thank you very much.
In memory of Canadian Afghanistan soldiers, in particular grandson Private Matthew David James Dinning. On behalf of the constituents of Oak Ridges, Aurora, and Richmond Hill, for MP Leona Alislev, representing her is Elisa Damiano, Constituency Office Assistant. Please deposit the wreath. On behalf of the Government of Canada, Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister, representing South Richmond Hill, MP Majid Jauhari. And he will be followed on behalf of the Loyal Opposition, Andrew Scheer, Leader, MP for Thornhill, Peter Kent. The Government of the Province of Ontario, the Honourable Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, represented by MPP Daisy Y, Richmond Hill. Followed by the Corporation of the Town of Richmond Hill, His Worship, the Honorable David Barrow, Mayor of Richmond Hill.
Sure, no problem.
The Government of Canada, Department of Veterans Affairs, led by Service Officer Ms. Sonia Wakefield. Followed by the Richmond Hill Board of Trade, led by Karen Mortfield, Chair of the Richmond Hill Board of Trade. Led by Member Mona Fortin and Robert Hugel, who is past president, a veteran, in honor of Art Fortin. Another one of our very brave and elderly veterans standing here today. We don't have too many veterans left, but we have to honor them every single day. Thank you, sir. Commemorating the 72nd anniversary of the end of World War II, the 77th anniversary of the Battle of Hong Kong, and of course, the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. So today, we again honor those who have fallen in conflicts and peacekeeping missions near and far, with the everlasting hope that the sacrifices of their lives brings us all one step closer to the peace they fought for. We thank all those who are here who served in peacetime or in war and were lucky enough to come home and be with us and be loved by us. So listen for the bells later today from our churches as they ring out across the country and actually hopefully around the world to commemorate this 100th anniversary of the end of the Great War. And thank you for participating in our parade, lest we forget, lest we forget.
We will now have a benediction by our mother.
Go into the world in peace.
時間過得真係快，今日嘅節目咧就到此為止。